Yo, Phil James up in y'all's tube. Today's July 19th, 2017. So because it's July 19th, 2017, I think it's a good time to go ahead and talk about the full solar eclipse to come. And that, I do believe, is about 34 or 33 days away now. Because I think it falls on August 29th. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I thought it was August 29th. Could be remembering wrong. I don't know. So yeah, what I want to say about it. Full solar eclipses, they're kind of rare, you know. They're also kind of crazy. So, I want to go ahead and throw out that I do believe in my entire life, and I'm just about 30, I think I've only seen one full. And I'm not sure if it was even full or not, because I was only in elementary school at the time. So, relatively young. I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. We had to make these little special things. It was a plate with a hole and something else, and we had to make it so we could view it and whatever. But no. I wanted to bring it up because full solar eclipses really mess with wildlife, plant life, and I do believe personally even human life. And you know, it's just a very awkward thing. I mean, all of a sudden it gets dark, and it stays dark if you're in the totality path, and then it gets daylight again right after. So you know, it really messes with things, and it's kind of almost a scary kind of an event. I mean, can you imagine how ancient people felt prior to knowing the movement of the celestial bodies? I mean, they were probably tripping out, like, oh my God, the sun is gone. Like, you know, they probably tripped out. So yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing. And before anybody says it, because I know somebody who has watched videos and gave me a thumbs down when I refer to the movement of the moon or the sun or anything, before anybody says it, it is not absolute proof that the earth is a sphere, one, and it's not absolute proof that the moon is what is eclipsing the sun. Just for the record, it's not. Because throughout history, the Royal Astronomical Society has recorded at least 50 separate full solar eclipses, and something is eclipsing the sun over here, but the moon is visible separately over here. So, what is it that's eclipsing the sun over here when the moon's over there? Both visible in separate positions while the eclipse is happening. So no, that's not absolute proof. And also, I'm not saying the moon cannot eclipse the sun. It's very possible. I don't personally know if it's the moon every time or if it's something else, but something else has clearly eclipsed the sun throughout history at least 50 times in the past 500 years. I wanted to throw that out there because it is not absolute proof. But this is not a shape of the earth video. This is not a celestial movement video. Nothing like that. All this video is kind of a, I don't want to say warning because I don't know personally, but it's kind of a little heads up, because from what I've been hearing, a few cities and a few states that are within this totality path have already made little comments like, make sure you're ready, make sure you're stocked on food, make sure you're stocked on water. Now, why would they say that? It's only an eclipse. It's not a catastrophe. It's not that we're going to have a blackout, at least that we know of. But then again, we do live under some psychotic, maniac, elite scumbags that like to set themselves up as the authority on absolutely everything, including us. And then they like to make twisted laws and create money to keep us within slavery, economic slavery, and just straight up slavery with things like the 14th Amendment and whatnot. So, anything's possible when you live in a country that is ran the way this one is. And actually, you can say the world, because the world is the world as a whole is a stage, and everything, even countries you don't think get along that are modernized, are essentially working with one another towards the one goal. And we all know what that is, so I'm not even going to say it. Damn, the sun is like blinding this video, so I apologize. But no, so I wanted to give the heads up that, you know, a few cities and states have already kind of gave little warnings, like, yeah, be ready, be stocked up on food and water, make sure you're ready. And like I said, I already believe that full solar eclipses mess with humans as it is, just because the darkness. I mean, I think, you know, when, for instance, when it gets to be the dark months in the Arctic Circle, it, you know, in some places, alcohol sales are forbidden because the suicide rates go up. But I mean, you know, that's for an extended period. But regardless, the darkness gets weird on people sometimes. So I wanted to throw it out there that there's been a couple warnings thrown out and posted and whatnot. So I am only making this to say that I personally believe it is quite possible that the elites we live under, our rulers, are the kind of people that like to do things symbolically, and they like to do things on major celestial events. So, for example, equinoxes and solstices is when they like to do things, and on certain dates where the numerology lines up the proper way for their symbolic numbers. So, just wanted to throw a heads up out there, like, you know, be aware of what's going on around you. Be vigilant, you know, stay ready, because you have to nowadays. You never know when some sort of false flag type catastrophe is going to happen, especially in this country with who controls us. So that's all I really wanted to say. Hope everybody has a good night, good day, tomorrow, whatever. But my fingers are crossed, and I, you know, pray, whatever, that nothing happens. But I just wanted to throw it out there and make it, you know, put it out there. All right, y'all. Peace.